Well, that was an enjoyable evening, wasn't it? A 1-0 victory for AFC Bournemouth away at St Mary's against Southampton, a result which pretty much will secure our Premier League future for next season. But also, of course, and to be honest, I'm quite gutted for this. Of course, it will probably send Southampton down into the Championship. The gap is probably too much now to actually overcome. And with games running out and time running out, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for them. But what a phenomenal performance. After that West Ham 4-0 defeat, I think everybody really dreaded the worst. And I thought, right, okay, it's going to be difficult. However, what we did was we turned on the style. It was fantastic. Performance was brilliant. Um, you know, Christie again going forward, excellent. Tavernier, outstanding. Solanke, was a menace up front against Southampton. They didn't really know how to cope with him. Of course, we had one that was ruled off for offside. So, of course, sorry, too much drink. Solanke, of course, shot the ball at the goalkeeper, parried back from McCarthy, but Vina then slotted it home. Unfortunately, that one wasn't to be. As time progressed, though, it was getting a little bit more and more worrying. But Marcus Tavernier, what an outstanding goal. Well placed, fantastic. It was just the nicest, sweetest of shots possible into that bottom corner. And everybody just went crazy. Let's be honest. It was, that was the moment I think that we thought, right, okay, this is pretty much done. Yes, 33 points after the Spurs game. We thought, okay, we was nearly there. But I think now is when we do think, right, this is done now. To be fair, I think we should have had 2 penalties as well. Maitland-Niles, of course, has headed the ball and then it's rolled onto his hands and he's moved his hands and flicked the ball up. And personally, I thought that was a penalty. I think we should have had a penalty before that goal went in. And then, of course, Bednarak as well. He moved his hand. He moved his hand. That was far more obvious than that penalty that was given against us for West Ham. And it should have been our first penalty of the season on 2 separate occasions, but for some reason the referee didn't want to give it to us. But we did the business anyway. We were much, much the better side. We did get that stroke of luck at the end. A ball coming to Che Adams. Yeah, a little bit of a few errors in there, I think, but he was offside. He was offside all day long. I think, like I say, I think that keeps us up, and I think everybody is delighted today. Especially after that West Ham performance, which was frustrating, agonising, disheartening. I was gutted after that game. We'd come off the back of a fantastic result against Spurs, and I thought, right, okay, West Ham should be able to get something. Even if it's a point. No, thrashed 4-0 at home. But tonight, completely made up for it. In fact, some people have even said because there was a goal ruled out, it actually felt better than if that hadn't have happened. Yeah, it's a brilliant, brilliant result. I do feel sorry for Southampton. Do feel sorry for them. Of course, you always want a little bit of a local rival in the same division. We haven't got many. We haven't got many options at all. And to be honest, it would have been nice to see them stay in the Premier League, and I'm sure Southampton fans aren't going to kick off with me on this one. I think it's virtually impossible. I think, and you'll probably all agree with me on this. I think, to be honest, you should have kept Ralph Hasenhüttl a little bit longer. It was a question that I threw up in my opposition preview show. I think you should have kept Ralph Hasenhuttl, but you went with Nathan Jones. He made a complete hash of the job, let's be perfectly honest. And Ruben Sellers seems to have improved things, but not to the level where you needed it, to be fair. And I think what happens from it there on in, I think you probably need an experienced manager, somebody who knows their way of getting out of the Championship, because I can't see survival at all now. And that's just me being honest. I'm sure you will all agree as well that yeah, it's pretty much a done thing. But let's focus on ourselves. Let's focus on what we've done, what we've achieved, and what we've successfully, because that is why we're here. You know, just a great performance from each of the lads. There was, of course, that little bit of a mix-up at the end. Neto, you know, panicked us for a moment, but he's always so assured. He's had, let's be fair, he's had so many brilliant games. He's kept us in so many matches this season. He is a rock at the back. Zamania looks a good player from what we saw of him tonight. Senesi is back to his best. Lloyd Kelly was outstanding. There's not one player that I could say had a poor game for us. Not one player that I could say had a poor game. Phil Billing, really for his work deserved a goal. Lerma was solid in midfield. He was outstanding. Rothwell was passing those balls across again, zipping them in, pin perfect. I probably missed somebody out, and I do apologise. Adam Smith as well, very, very assured at the back. I'm hoping I haven't missed anybody out, because I think everybody deserves credit after that result. And we go again against Leeds. I think, 36 points should be enough. Let's just make sure it's certain. And a good result against Leeds. I don't think we should take our foot off the gas now. Just keep going. After that, we've got Chelsea, of course. We're their bogey team. So that's a positive side of things. We will run into some tough games, but the other thing is that hopefully this means that we're not going with the nightmare scenario that I had in my mind, which was that Everton game, last game of the season, going to Goodison Park. The Everton fans, of course, if they are still in it, which I think, looking at it, they probably will be toxic. But our priority is not to be anywhere near that. Not to be anywhere near that. They might have a chance to survive, but they might have already gone down by that point. Who knows? Who cares at this moment in time? It's just a fantastic result. And I think Gary O'Neill deserves all the credit in the world for what he has done. He's got the results against the teams that matter. Leicester, Southampton, got the win against Forest earlier on in the season. He has got the results against the teams that matter. Beat Leeds, you could say that's another one that matters. Everton, albeit Everton weren't very good. Everton were the poorest side we've seen at Dean Court so far this season. But at the same time, you beat what is in front of you, and we beat them. We beat them quite comfortably in the end. What to say? Well, it is tomorrow, actually. Yeah. Later on today, we'll have our preview then. And later on today, we'll also have our free-for-all. And after the free-for-all, we'll also have another special show for you. Exciting times. I got a smile on my face. All the Cherries have got a smile on our faces. Let's do this. And up the Cherries. I tell you what, so proud of the team today. And the Cherries are staying up. I'm sorry, Southampton fans, but I think that's what it is. But we wish you all the very, very best next season. But for now, let's just enjoy this and let's just look forward to another season in the Premier League. Fingers crossed. It's not mathematically done, but we're almost there. I'll see you in the next one.